Oop. Whoops, I didn't know that the microphones were on.
It's okay, man. Happens.
Welcome back, guys, to the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge New York. I'm Mr. Bitter. I'm sitting right next to Kevin Vanderkoy, Kevin Rotterdam Vanderkoy. I'm sitting next to Roddy. We've got Doa in the game. What's up, Doa? Why are you here?
I don't know, a lot of people are joining in the games, just saying hello. DD just said that he was apparently a fan of me in Warcraft 3, so now I feel awesome. And DD is really good in Starcraft 2.
DD is awesome.
I just want to plug DD for being so incredibly good in Starcraft 2.
Yeah.
If there's like one Terran player right now I really love,
so
it's DD.
I actually, when we were talking about really good North American players, DD is one of the guys that I forgot.
I forget him.
I really think that he's one of the best Terrans in North America.
He's always shining in those Shoutcraft invitationals hosted by Toto Biscuit and Apollo. He's playing really well in them.
He's really good, man, and he
but
plays
he keeps losing to
super fast. Well, I think I mean, I don't want to call it. I don't want to say that he has nerve issues, but he always seems to just make silly mistakes in tournaments that he doesn't seem to make when I see him play in other settings. So, I don't know.
All right, guys, we are ready for the ZVZ of the day. This is by far, well, the only ZVZ of the day, but obviously a very, very important one. StrifeCo against Dongregu.
I have to wonder if StrifeCo has been practicing with Idra on that ZVZ. You know, Idra has some of the best ZVZ in the world.
Were you there right there today when I was I think you asked StrifeCo, right, if how much he was playing in EGLs. And he analyzed every single member.
Practicing a lot.
And he was, it was XLab who was analyzing every single member of the EGLs.
That was so funny.
Unfortunately, we can't repeat all the words, but it was really funny. Gave us some good insights. Kind of along the lines.
We could probably get away with it. Nah, we can't do that.
It wasn't that bad. But
it wasn't bad.
It was funny.
It's a little behind-the-scenes action.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what people expect anyway.
Yeah, I would say so. I just think it's funny because anytime you talk to somebody that's in a setting like that, the person that you talk to is always the one that practices the most.
Yeah, that's true as well. So maybe we should.
It's like, I practice all the time.
Yeah, he said Machine and himself were the players who practice the most.
And if I can recall from talking to Greg, I don't think that's the same story we heard in China.
What did Greg say again? I kind of forgot about that one.
Too
much behind the scenes stuff.
Too much behind the scenes.
We're going to try to dig it out all later.
We'll talk about it at dinner tonight.
Yes.
And if you guys want to hear the real inside scoop, come meet us. We're in New York City. We'll be eating somewhere around the city.
We're eating TGI baby back ribs.
No more TGI, bro.
Oh,
I was disappointed in TGI.
Yeah, it wasn't the best TGI, I'm going to have to admit. Anyway, guys, here we go. This is the last game of today that we are going to stream to you guys, most likely.
I know that's happening right now.
It's literally sad. That's an early pull indeed by Dongregu. But yeah, this is our last series of the day already. Obviously, we'll be back tomorrow. We start earlier tomorrow as well, which obviously means we are able to show more games. I want to give you guys a small update regarding show against Killer. I was watching the game. It wasn't 2 minutes read. It was a long game. It seemed like it was definitely worth to download the replay, which you can always do at intelextrememasters.com. But I do think it was looking good for Killer, because just when a Protoss has that many bases, but he made some big attacks, and Show was able to hold. But I would say first map, it was looking good for Killer. And that's all I want to say about it.
Very cool stuff. So we're seeing a Speedling opening out of StrifeCo against what I believe was an 8 pool. Might have been a 9 pool from Dongregu. I didn't actually see the exact pool.
It was like 9 or 10. It wasn't that early. It was not 8.
Yeah, he was definitely at 8 of 10 supply, so it was probably a 9 pool. So regardless, it's an early pool from DRG, but it's not going to put him in too bad a shape because he built a bunch of drones between when he threw it down and when the pool finished. But StrifeCo should come out of this ahead. You see he's already got 15 drones to 11 drones. And he doesn't actually, he's got Overlords in bad spots. Doesn't see these Lings crossing the map. So if StrifeCo only makes like 1 set of Lings, he could be in a bit of trouble. We'll see, man. This is going to be kind of close.
It's all going to be on that moment. Is he actually going to use this lava for drones or not? But I do not think he's going to do that, is he? No, he makes 2 sets of Links straight away. So obviously he's still going to have to micro a little bit, but it should be possible. Yeah. Before this really kicks in, I just had the confirmation. Killer is leading 1-0 against Show.
Nice. So here we go. StrifeCo microing diligently there. He's got to buy himself time for these Lings to pop. Oh, DRG going to try and surround. Gets 1 hit off on the Lings initially.
Oh, I think StrifeCo is losing a lot of mining time over here, though.
StrifeCo is not controlling this exactly perfectly.
Now he should just start mining. I really think
he hasn't lost any drones yet. When the Queen pops out, he's going to be in better shape. A couple more Lings on the way. 16 drones for Strife to 13 from Dongregu. So StrifeCo is still okay, but Dongregu really closing that gap in terms of the drones. Speed will be done for StrifeCo first, though. So I will say that...
oh, Dongregu already has a second Queen.
Double Queen. This is nice. He'll be able to block the ramp. Yeah, this is not a bad situation for DRG. He's going to come out of this in good shape. Look at this. He's actually ahead in drones right now.
And he's actually going to try to take down this Overlord. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do so, but up until here, I think it's going to be very close. He might just be able to get it. Speed is obviously way quicker for StrifeCo because he was mining gas a lot earlier. And Dongregu's supply kept quite badly, though. It's going to take quite a while. Ooh, Overlord.
It's going to be so close. And
I
that
see.
Overlord is actually going to survive. I can't believe that. That's
One
amazing. Speed going to finish up. StrifeCo should not commit to this. He's going to go up, and he's not going to. Very nice. Smart play from Strife. Baneling Nest from DRG. I think that's the wrong decision, but we will see. There's no Roach Warren yet from StrifeCo, so go ahead.
Yeah, 19 drones right now for StrifeCo, 17 for Dongregu, and then Baneling Nest is always something that you commit to, so it's pretty much an all-in play over here from our Korean Zerg star, Dongregu.
Yeah, StrifeCo throwing down that Baneling Nest for himself now. Strife's got a hatch down there, and the Ling numbers are going to heavily favor DRG. Look at this, 6 Lings to 20. Strife doing the right thing, starting a Spine Crawler up in his main base, but this is going to be so scary. This is so close.
Strife is actually going to get his own Baneling Nest as well, though, so eventually he will get a couple of Banelings out as well. Don't you think it's better to have the Spine Crawler like in a much more of an
he wants to walk it down to the natural.
Sorry.
He's not building it there to defend the main base.
Okay.
Anyway, StrifeCo now knows exactly what's happening. Baneling Nest finishing up for Dongregu, or done for Dongregu. So Strife, his Baneling, oh man, this is going to be so close. A lot of Banelings being made right now for DRG. Spine Crawler finishing up at the top of that ramp. So that's, oh my God, this is all going to come down to micro.
So micro-intensive indeed. I think StrifeCo can just sacrifice his hatch now. It's not the end of the world. I mean, obviously it sets him back a little bit.
Oh, Strife, don't lose your base! GG, man. That's it.
Very, very good detonation right there for Dongregu. Takes down 6 Banelings with only 2 Banelings himself. He will be able to take down this hatchery as well. He still has a Spine Crawler though. Takes out 1 Baneling.
Oh, takes out a second Baneling. That's oh no, get that Baneling! Losing a couple drones, man. It's starting to fall apart here for StrifeCo. DRG throwing down his own hatchery. Strife might be able to clean this up and stabilize eventually, but
it's still not that bad for StrifeCo. I mean, other than the hatchery,
it's not really that bad. You're right. And
other than the hatchery, he's not behind.
Expand again, but he is behind because of the Zergling numbers. The Zergling numbers are heavily in favor of Dongregu, so it's about micro, obviously, but I mean, this is a tough situation for Strife.
It is. He still has a small
He's
worker
actually
lead.
droning, which is surprising me.
He has a small worker lead over Dongregu. I mean, he saw as well that Dongregu made a ton of units. He has to be careful with those Banelings. You cannot just do that against Dongregu. Dongregu doing an excellent micro right there. Only losing 3.
Dongregu microing so well there.
I think when you play against guys like Dongregu, then you just shouldn't even try to send in like 2 Banelings anymore, because you know he will handle it like a trooper.
DRG droning hard right now. StrifeCo also droning actually surprises me that he's so confident that he's able to just go right back to droning.
If it wasn't for those 6 Banelings, I really think StrifeCo would have been in an excellent position in this game.
Yeah,
it all came down to those 6
Never ever
Banelings.
clump your Banes like that, man. It's brutal, man. The economy is going to heavily be favoring Dongregu here shortly. Still no Roach Warren for either player. Baneling Wars, man, they can be so frustrating to play sometimes.
We have a couple of links over here on the south side of the map. We have 1 Baneling. Oh, Baneling, huh?
Yep, 1 for 1.
I thought it was nothing even. I
maybe,
didn't even
maybe
see the
he
link.
just pressed X and blew it up. I didn't catch the...
I actually didn't even see the link going there.
Exact exchange. DRG going to once again try to run in with some Lings. StrifeCo going to come forward with this 1 Bane.
Oh, the Queen.
Decent detonation.
Where are the other Banelings?
I'm not really sure.
We had so
StrifeCo's
many.
actually attacking right now, which is not something that I understand at all.
Same here. He's losing his Queen. He's going to perhaps take a lot of damage on this hatchery, which he will. He's turning around actually fighting those Lings, which is a smart decision because he has the superior Ling numbers. And things are starting to look really grim for StrifeCo right now. And look at this. Dongregu did spot those Banelings already. And he's going to... no, he's not going to try to make
StrifeCo going to lose this hatchery again.
And he's going to lose a lot of Banelings.
Well, maybe not. Looks like the hatchery is going to kind of stick around for a little while longer. And like you said, Banelings are being slowly picked away there, but Strife is going to actually kind of stabilize here. So
27 drones against 28.
Yeah, really kind of interesting situation we have here. If we look on the units tab, we can see that the Ling numbers are close. The Baneling numbers are close. So somehow StrifeCo managing to kind of get through there. Throwing down a macro hatch right now.
Just now, Dongregu morphed in 9 drones at once, which is obviously a lot, and that really it's going to put him ahead quite a bit. If we look at the income tab, actually, it's not even that bad, just 1,000, over 800. So, I mean, obviously, it means 8 links per minute, which is a lot, even when it doesn't sound like. In the end of the day, it obviously comes down to Baneling detonations, as long as these players keep making Banelings. But we do see those roach wines going up. And
yeah, the one thing that's interesting to me is that StrifeCo is opting for the macro hatch. DRG is macroing, I guess, well enough that he's got no money off of just these 2 bases. So we'll see if he adds a macro hatch later, takes a 3rd base or something like that. I do think that you can afford 3 hatcheries off of 2 bases in ZVZ, but we're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out. Oh my gosh, DRG, you're so mean.
and he's also going to get the Banelings. So smart.
Mean. Knocks out the hatchery, kills a couple of drones, and man,
What an
DRG
excellent
making
Zerg
all the
player.
right moves. Yeah, really, really nice play there.
This is the Dongregu that we know, of course. The Dongregu we've seen at so many of these foreign events already, and yeah, things are starting to look really grim for StrifeCo right now. He's making, he's still trying to drone up, but he's 11 drones down. Should be careful with those Zerglings, and we're gonna have a lot of roaches on the field soon for Dongregu.
Yeah, DRG looks like he's gearing up to hit a bit of a timing. No layer anywhere, but I think he's probably going to attack with +1.
Why do you call him DRG, man? He has like the most beautiful nickname out there. It sounds so cool. His name is Dongregu. Why would you discredit that?
I'm sorry, Kev. I'm not trying to discredit Dongregu. I just, I don't know. I guess DRG is just easier to say for me.
Yeah, it is. But and obviously he is listed as DRG, but I just think his name is so freaking cool, man. Dongregu. I'm so jealous of that name.
He's complexity MVP Dongregu.
If I could ever rename myself, I'll be Dongregu. If he stops playing. So if these Links trying to snipe a couple of drones as well, Dongregu is just making so many minor moves in this game, but all which turn into his favor. If we take a look at the drone count, he killed 13 drones throughout the entire game. StrifeCo did not manage to kill a single drone of Dongregu.
Yeah, 13 drones killed, 16 drones. The difference between these 2 players, a lot of roaches pushing out across the map, and by the time they reach the base of StrifeCo, +1 should be finishing up. And quite frankly, Kev, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Strife can hold this ever.
No, I don't see a world where that's possible either. But let's see. He's making a lot of roaches right now. He does have that single spine crawler. He does have 4 hatcheries, so units will come from everywhere. He does have quite a few banelings as well. Perhaps some of the banelings really get into the middle of all of these roaches and get a couple of key detonations off. But that seems very, very unlikely.
Is 6 roaches to 22, and even if you count the guys in production, Strife is just not going to have enough units. Decent positioning here. He's just kind of running back, trying to get to a spot where he can engage favorably. Dongregu is microing pretty well also. And StrifeCo is doing what he can, man, but it really is just, I feel like this is the beginning of the end for Strife.
Yes, indeed, a lot of roaches still for Dongregu. 120 supply against only 80. A couple of these roaches are actually not able to fight. We have Zerglings as well taking this hatchery out on the 11 o'clock position of the map. Dongregu played an excellent ZVZ.
Yeah, really, really nice play. Just
ever since, even though it was looking really quite well for Strife, it all came down to those 6 banelings getting blown up by only 2 banelings from Dongregu. And as we can see, Dongregu does take the first map. But it really came down to one minor moment in this game.
Yeah, I think it's indicative of the volatility of the matchup. By the book, 14-14 should beat 9-pool. It should always come out slightly ahead, and you should always have just a little bit of an advantage that you can ride into the mid-game. And we kind of saw that with StrifeCo. He did a really nice job of defending well, didn't really lose any drones.
Can switch over to my screen just a little bit to point out what Ben is saying, that he did that kind of well, and on a certain moment you could really see that his resource collection rate was suddenly higher than the one of Dongregu.
Yeah.
And that's really important. In the ZVZ, circlings against banelings, normally that's like, well, then you're in an excellent position.
Yeah.
The only way you're going to win is if his banelings kill a lot of units.
Yeah, and what happened there is, of course, 2 banelings will kill 2 banelings. Well, it takes 2 banelings to kill a baneling. But it also kills 6 banelings if they're all in the same place. And that's kind of what happened. StrifeCo coming down his ramp with all of his banelings at one time. And it allowed DRG to just detonate 2 banelings, kill all of the banes that Strife had, and completely turned the matchup upside down. So unfortunate for StrifeCo. I feel like StrifeCo played a good game. It's just one mistake.
His opening was really good.
It's really indicative of the volatility in the matchup, in my opinion, and it's one of the reasons why some people don't really like ZVZ, because little bitty things like that turn the tide. But it's also one of the things that's kind of cool about ZVZs. It's sort of the beauty and the finesse that goes into playing the matchup well. If you control those units perfectly, then you will come out a little bit ahead there. And DRG, man, making the most of a situation that didn't necessarily favor him.
So it seems like we are ready, the players are ready. The second map is going to be played on dual side. I've definitely not seen a lot of ZVZs all my life in the dual side, and certainly not those who are as important as this one. So So I'd say, Ben, let's just keep it going. What do you expect actually for like a ZVZ on dual side?
Well, I think it plays out. I mean, we said previously when we talked about ZVP, I think it plays out a lot like Zelnaga, and that's what I mean by that.